on top in week 16 in the Catalan capital derby. Terry Gibson is alongside John Driscoll in the commentary box.
Welcome along. It's the perfect home record on the line against the perfect away record. Someone is going to be disappointed, and Barcelona are rarely disappointed. Since Villarreal's nil-mark scored against them on November the 13th, they've hit 28 goals without reply. They've won 9 straight, they've won 14 out of 15. Barcelona haven't lost since mid-September. They made light work of Real Madrid in the Clásico. We'll see whether Espanyol provide a stiffer test in the Barcelona derby. Espanyol immediately on the attack. They're in the blue and white shirts, the home side. Early test there for Gerard Piqué. Bright start. I tell you what, Terry Gibson, there's a fantastic atmosphere.
There is. It's a bright start from Espanyol there. Cahill nearly supplying Osvaldo his first chance of the evening. They're certainly going to play on the front foot, Espanyol. And Pochettino, as we said before the kickoff, has a great record against Barcelona. Has no fear, and he's certainly sent his players out with that message as well.
2 changes for Espanyol. Ducha and De Tolo out for Javi Marquez and Baena. A couple of changes as well for Barcelona. Piqué's back, Maxwell is out to Abidal. Switches over to left back, see him there. And Busquets replaces Mascherano in the midfield. And this says a lot about the state of Spanish football. That's Osvaldo with an early effort at the goal of Victor Valdez. There are 16 Spaniards of the 22 starting tonight.
And 13 of those have come through the respective youth teams of Espanyol and Barcelona. So Barcelona certainly a city that produces good, young, quality footballers. But a bright start from Espanyol. Osvaldo getting a shot in goal. An attempt at a cross all in the first minute.
High tempo start from Espanyol, the little brothers of Barcelona. There's no love lost between them. Abidal was in there. They're lucky to get away without a yellow card there. The French international, I think he has managed that. Luis Garcia down. The referee tells him to get up quickly. Espanyol do play on. Victor Ruiz, one of those players who's come through the ranks with Espanyol. And here is one of the foreigners, Carlos Kameni, Cameroon international goalkeeper. There's Iniesta, one of the 3 Barcelona players who are nominated to become the World Player of the Year, the Ballon d'Or. In the merged competition now, you'll only have one competition for that one. It will be one of their Barcelona stars, Messi, Xavi or Iniesta. Here's Dani Alves. Got them backtracking, Dani Alves. It's Didac. He's a little lucky with his clearance. It's a throw to Espanyol.
Again, where did we see Dani Alves in an advanced position? I think he was in the 18-yard box last week for 3 of the 5 goals against Real Sociedad. Certainly Barcelona haven't had much chance yet getting possession, trying to control the pace of the game. That's exactly the game plan of Pochettino. Just make sure his players work so hard to deny Barcelona players any space and time in the ball.
And they've got more defending to do here. It's the great man, Messi, away from the challenge. Good recovery, though, by Victor Ruiz. It's a corner for Barcelona.
Just a glimpse there, Lionel Messi in the danger area as well. Good defending, good timely tackle from Victor Ruiz.
Xavi's corner, pulled back to David Villa. It was a good idea, and then it's a great chance for Busquets. Well, David Villa didn't hit it as cleanly as he would have liked, but it almost fell perfectly.
It's a well-crafted set-piece. Barcelona reluctant just to chuck it in the box for a high-headed challenge, but Busquets there acrobatically improvises well. And his kicks, I have to say, with the overhead kick, any proper connection with the ball there, I'm sure it would have flashed past Kameni.
He's only got 1 goal this season, Sergio Busquets. The goals have been spread around to a degree. Obviously, Messi's got 27 in all competitions and Villa 11. But then they have scored 72 goals already this season. And we're not yet at Christmas. Whistles for Messi, finds Abidal and Iniesta. There's a plan to cheer Iniesta. We'll give you the reasons for that when there's a break in play, if there is one. Pedro goes back again to Dani Alves. And there's Xavi picking his way into the penalty area. Decided to pass when maybe there was a shot on that. But look how quickly Barcelona do that, win the ball back.
See Dani Alves here. It's on Callejon. Good footwork from Xavi. Just can't find a fellow teammate in the 18-yard box. I think Busquets there. Referee giving the free kick for the use of the hand. Callejon perhaps calling for a yellow card. Trying to get any advantage they can against Barcelona.
I just wonder whether the players were saying they couldn't hear the whistle. I'd have sympathy if they couldn't.
Certainly is a cracking atmosphere, and the home team have set off in the right manner. Encourages the supporters that they think they're going to get something from the game.
Kameni will tell you he meant that. Javi Marquez to Callejon. Dani Alves is getting a bit of grief, isn't he? Good play though. Now it's Verdu. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. The flag has gone up. That must have been really, really close. Osvaldo's gone over. Flag had gone up considerably earlier than that.
Again, it was clever attacking play though. And a clear offside decision there against Osvaldo. Smashing little through ball from Verdu. A good build-up play from Espanyol. They looked as if they were going to play it wide towards the right flank, but went through the middle of the Barcelona defence. You see the handball offence from Busquets.
We know famously, of course, that Barcelona produce their own players and the core of the Spanish national team, but also produced a few of these Espanyol players as well. But as you're saying, Terry, they're a team capable of producing their own stars as well. No money really for Espanyol, so they have to rely on largely bringing players through or nicking them cheap from Barcelona or even Real Madrid.
I think that the lack of funds at the club has forced Pochettino's hand. Lance Didac, Victor Ruiz, Baena, Javi Marquez, all young, all come through the ranks, and a couple of other youngsters on the bench. Alvaro is a striker, Jordi Amat, a good central defender, only 18 and 19, those two as well. So the future looks really bright for Espanyol with the second season in the new stadium. Things are definitely on the up for Espanyol Football Club.
And they're delighted to be in fourth place in La Liga. Valencia not quite breathing down their necks. They should have, but they're dropping points all over the place at the moment, Valencia. Fourth place would give you a crack at the Champions League, at least for Pochettino, jumping up and down on the touchline as that ball was played long and given away. Puyol breaks forward, Osvaldo tracked him back. The Buenos Aires-born Italian national now. Throw for Barcelona.
But all working hard. Johnny said Osvaldo tracking back against Puyol. Callejon tracks back against Dani Alves as well. Can they do that for the full 90 minutes and still pose a threat towards the Barcelona defence?
They look to play as well, Espanyol. There's Chica, very strong, determined player who plays at right back. Quite a contrast to Dani Alves, his opposite right back, who's of course so flamboyant. Baena's been caught in possession, and he tried to pull back Messi, but look how strong Messi is, and he goes on, and Kameni makes the save, and they can't get it away. And now Chica finally will get it clear. You can't afford to take chances playing against Barcelona.
No, Baena was the player caught in possession. He tried his best to put a stop to the attack from Messi by dragging him down on the floor, but Messi went down, bounced straight back up. Realised he still could make himself a shooting opportunity. Eventually, you say eventually, Espanyol cleared the danger.
Roars of anger from the Espanyol supporters as Abidal dares to go back to Victor Valdez. They want this atmosphere to stay like the cold than it is, to put pressure on Barcelona. But Barcelona have nicked it back through Dani Alves. He's got Messi available, and Messi has missed a sitter. Absolutely extraordinary. He'd have bet £1,000 on him burying that from there.
And the rest. The only excuse I can make, here we can see Dani Alves dispossessed Victor Ruiz. He was caught in two minds whether to finish off the opportunity himself, and he delayed it. You can only guess that Messi wasn't expecting the pass from Dani Alves. Didn't concentrate on the finish, didn't get his body over the ball, get his foot over the ball. Used the right foot, sliced it over the crossbar.
Got 17 goals in La Liga. One behind Cristiano Ronaldo in the race for the Pichichi. Slightly disputed over whether Ronaldo's on 18 or 17, but I think we're settling with 18. Certainly the Pichichi newspaper that judges that competition says he is on 18. But then he's got another 10 in at the cup competitions as well. And here's Dani Alves. He's a right back, let me remind you. They look at each other, the officials, and they're finally up for the goal kick.
Again, Dani Alves pushing on it. I have to say every opportunity, but he's almost starting in a right midfield, right wing position. The lineup that Barcelona do have, mainly at times it's left with just two defenders. Victor Ruiz there making the challenge against Dani Alves. It's the benefit of the referee's decision with an Espanyol goal kick, but so difficult to pin Barcelona down. They steal the ball back at every opportunity.
Too much pressure that time from Osvaldo as Puyol tried to clear. I think he caught him late as well as leaning into it.
Yeah, did, but I think he's got every right to make this challenge and to make the run. Carlos Puyol. There's a half a chance there. Osvaldo maybe just will connect with the ball, maybe block the clearance from Puyol. So they have to show that endeavour, starting from the front with Osvaldo. Pochettino will look to get his team forward, but Barcelona just finding a rhythm to their game now.
We have seen this pattern of game before from Barcelona. Thinking back to the Osasuna game, where they were put under pressure early on, but gradually found their own game, and to say ground down the opposition, I think is doing them a disservice. They get back into the game and then begin to cut the opposition apart.
I think they fight fire with fire. They expect and they know Guardiola would have warned his team tonight the intensity that Espanyol would take into the first 15-20 minutes of the game. And I have to say, Barcelona match that on a weekly basis. And eventually their greater quality does tell. They certainly do earn the right to play, Barcelona.
They're a hard-working team as well as a brilliant team. And at the moment, well, I can't think of a team playing as well as Barcelona are playing.
No, and that's every facet of their play, with the ball, without the ball. Work ethic, quality, individually and collectively. But Espanyol giving them a run for their money. A couple of chances for Barcelona so far, with Busquets and a golden chance passed up by Lionel Messi. But as the game started off a cracking tempo, and I think we're in for a treat.
As Arsenal await in the Champions League when it resumes in the new year. Arsenal know all about Barcelona, how tough it is playing against them. Saturday afternoon off for Arsenal, so an opportunity to settle down and see what's coming. That will be offside against Osvaldo.
I like what I see, John, of the early tactics from Pochettino, and they're pressing high up the pitch. Osvaldo leading the line, but he's backed up by, and you see there, a good example of it. Midfield players pushing him behind Osvaldo, hurrying Barcelona into passes hoping that Barcelona will clear the ball upfield, and it's a 50-50 ball. Definitely a game plan from Pochettino.
Osvaldo late on Busquets. There's David Villa, he's onside. He's got Abidal. Abidal takes it on early. And it was Victor Ruiz who put it into the side netting. There's one relieved young man.
He is. He's an inexperienced, essentially, fair, but great quality. But he has to get something on this cross. Fortunately for him, hits the side netting.
This fixture finished 0-0 last season. Xavi into the near post. Busquets won it. It's gone high up in the air. And Piqué and Puyol competing. Busquets raised his foot a bit too high.
There's been a couple of serial offenders. I think Busquets is one. Osvaldo for Espanyol as well. Both players going to have to watch themselves still very early to pick up a yellow card.
Chica. Now Didac, one of the youngsters, won all 7 of their home games in La Liga this season, Espanyol. They had won 3 straight games and they lost up in Basque Country against Athletic Bilbao last week. There's no disgrace in that. Here's David Villa. 40 million euros they paid for him. World Cup winning striker with Spain, of course. There's another World Cup winner in Xavi. It's a deflected effort by Xavi. But look, more than judgment. Pauline got it back to the goalkeeper. Osvaldo has done well, but Luis Garcia's barely had a kick in the game. Iniesta being challenged by Pauline, who came a long way down the pitch. He more or less chased Messi that far down. Here's Villa. Control is instant, as you'd expect. No free kick. Offside then against Espanyol. They've got little out of Barcelona going forward.
I guess here that Osvaldo was not expecting Espanyol to get the ball forward as quickly as possible. Slightly slow to get back and tried to hop back into an onside position as the ball was played. He's been effective up front. He's working Puyol and Piqué really hard. And another tackle from Espanyol.
Just tugging at the shirt of Iniesta. The reason he's so popular with the Espanyol fans, by the way, is the T-shirt that he revealed, having scored the winning goal in the World Cup final. The tribute to Danny Harkey, the former Espanyol captain who's tragically died at the beginning of last season. The only one to have paid tribute. He was a popular young man, Danny Harkey, a very promising young Spanish player. Callejon got up high, push it past Puyol. Busquets to Pedro, to Messi, and Messi again for Pedro. Pedro's got pace, he's away from the defenders, and that's the result. Super play again from Barcelona. Messi the creator. But what about the finish as well from Pedro?
It's all about the pace of Pedro, I have to say. It was a 50-50 throw ball from Messi. You see Callejon there. Espanyol supporters will feel Barcelona should have put the ball out. It actually was Callejon with a high challenge on Puyol. The free kick would have gone Barcelona's way. Callejon fell awkwardly, landed on his back. The referee gave Barcelona the advantage, and it certainly proved to be an advantage. Correct decision, I think, from the referee. When Messi played that through ball to Pedro, it was all about the pace of Pedro to get himself away from the defenders. And once he got there, of course, he had the quality to finish it off. There's the challenge from Cajon. He bumps into Puyol. Certainly no free kick. No reason why Barcelona should stop the play. The referee hasn't blown. Barcelona play on. Little up, back and through between Pedro and Messi. Look at the pace. Over 5 or 6 yards. It gets away from Chumchica, Victor Ruiz. And faced with Kameni in goal. Great first touch. Takes it away from the defenders. And slides it comfortably past Kameni. And that's a massive goal for Barcelona. 20 minutes. The created chances. I think it just about showed it.
Cajon is fine, by the way. There's no argument there, is there? I know it's a derby, so of course there is an argument, but it was a slight knock on the hip.
He bumped into Puyol, and that was it. End of story. And he's certainly not going to be injured. And I don't think the Espanyol players stopped playing. It was just the quality of the move from Barcelona. I think they're slightly clutching at straws. I think that the referee should have stopped the game, or Barcelona should have kicked the ball out.
It takes Pedro to double figures for the season again. 10 goals for him. Yet another gem that they have unearthed and now polished up at Barcelona. They've got defending to do now, though, is Cajon putting some pressure this time on Dani Alves. Victor Valdez, though, is a very good goalkeeper. I know he probably doesn't earn his money most weeks, but when called upon, he's very good. Free kick.
He has to concentrate. And I still have to say, Johnny, his distribution for the back is excellent as well. Here again, Espanyol trying to win the ball up, high up the pitch. I have to say, it's my belief this is the way to play against Barcelona. Once they get in the attacking half, Barcelona, there's not an awful lot you can do to stop them. If you win it high up the pitch, force them into playing Route 1 football, then it does help your cause.
The applause for Danny Harke, by the way, number 21 in the minute 21. His old teammates have a free kick against Barcelona. Victor Valdez was always favourite to make that save. Luis Garcia's shot.
Not bad effort from Luis Garcia. Not the necessary power to beat Victor Valdez, but dips it over the wall.
Verdu. He's one of the Barcelona youth products in the Villarreal team. He's been around, of course, Verdu. Osvaldo signed for big money by Bologna. They allowed him to a brief spell in Italy to move on to Spain and Espanyol. He came in midway through last season and became their top scorer. It wasn't the most difficult attacks. They only scored 30 goals, the whole club last season, Espanyol. Compare that to Messi's 47.
The success has been really good this season. Again, it's been built on a solid back four. Talks about those youngsters being involved on a regular basis. Osvaldo is the key player. I think he was top scorer last season, wasn't he? He only joined the club in the January transfer window. And once again this season, he's a massively important player for Espanyol.
Luis Garcia over the top for Cajon. Valdez was positive. Chica with the throw. Has he got a long throw on him? It's flicked on by Abidal, cleared by Busquets. There's Luis Garcia, who's onside just. A good turn by Osvaldo, then slipped in the penalty area. Well, he says he was fouled. The Barcelona break again. And this time it's Xavi showing a bit of pace. And, of course, vision. You expect that much. Pedro has found Iniesta. He's got Villa making the charge.
See Osvaldo in the box here. I think it's good skill. You see, he just loses his footing. I think he's probably going to, like most centre forwards, try and claim for the penalty. and committing players into attack Espanyol. It's a brave attitude, tactically brave performance from Pochettino.
Oh, here's Messi again. They've worked this beautifully once more. The nudge there by Chica. The cross still comes in. Xavi to keep it going. Dani Alves in support. Villa was on the move again. Xavi's always available. There is Villa. Trying to slip it into the feet of Pedro as Javi Marquez gives it away. And a free kick given away by Sergio Busquets, I think is about to be shown a yellow card. Persistent fouling, I'll give that for.
Very much so. I did warn him, Osvaldo, for Espanyol. The main two players that are committing most of the offences. Busquets being competitive in midfield. And he stretches. Certainly does catch Callejon. Can't really see why Busquets was arguing the decision.
Vidal caught nothing there. Goal kick.
The front four for Espanyol working really hard. Luis Garcia there, Callejon on the left, Verdu. He's trying to support Osvaldo. Luis Garcia's effort here, comfortable save from Victor Valdez. And we see them coming together. If anything, it would have been a free kick to Barcelona for high kicking. Now, Pedro back to Messi. Great little through ball, perfectly weighted pass. That was lightning speed from Pedro to get away. And finished it to perfection.
Latest offside against David Villa. Villa scored 9 goals in the league and a couple in the Champions League as well since coming to Barcelona. It's good. It's not phenomenal like Messi scoring record, but then he plays more of a supporting role, obviously, since joining Barcelona than he did when he was the main man at Valencia.
Certainly endeared himself to the home supporters with 2 goals against Real Madrid. Could get on the score sheet tonight against Espanyol as well.
Iniesta to Xavi. It's been said a few times over the last few years, hasn't it? And Messi is fouled. The best 3 players in the world, according to the journalists, coaches and players who select the Ballon d'Or.
Got the tigerish tackling there from Espanyol, and now Messi any time on the ball. Diano and Javi Marquez, 2 central midfield players for Espanyol, working really hard to stay and stick in there with Barcelona.
Villa, long-range effort that Kameni, I think, was always comfortable with.
Yeah, they're complaining. It was a deflection from falling. It certainly was. Should have been a corner to Barcelona.
Big campaign in Italy, by the way. They're unhappy that Wesley Sneijder was on the shortlist for the Ballon d'Or. Has had a terrific year, of course, the Dutchman. There's Verdu. Comfortable for Abidal and Pedro and Messi. Pedro continues his run forward and he's found by Villa. He's a little wide here, Pedro, as he got a trick to get away from the defender. He's got support from Messi. And Messi goes across and Xavi, and it comes back of Dani Alves and then in. and they run over to the assistant referee to complain again. But Xavi has drilled Barcelona into a 2-goal lead.
I'm sure the complaints will be Espanyol looking for an offside decision going in their favour. Movement from the Barcelona attacking players again. Far too much for the Espanyol defence. It's a slightly untidy goal eventually. It was great attacking play. Different players popping up in all sorts of positions in the attacking area of the pitch. And we see Messi into David Villa. It's a great little through pass to Pedro. Yes, it's the one defender to beat. Eventually the ball comes to Messi. Was that the first offside from Xavi when he smashed it across goal? Dani Alves couldn't finish it off. The ball rebounds back to Xavi. Great technique, cuts across the volley with the outside of his right foot. Khamenei absolutely furious with the decision of the referee. He feels Xavi was offside on both occasions. Guardiola celebrates.
Pochettino looks glum. Dani Alves is mightily relieved. That was an awful miss in the midst of all of that, wasn't it?
Yep, I think it was the power on the cross from Xavi. Dani Alves just tried to get something on it. Fortunately for Barcelona, it went straight back into the pass of Xavi. I underestimated the quality of the finish when I first saw it. I thought he was just smashing it across goal again, but he's gone for the far post. Great execution of the volley.
Abidal this time goes after the return ball. Just too much on it. When they do attack, they attack so quickly and with such accuracy that they just overwhelm defences.
And there's so many players pushing forward as well in that counter-attack. We saw Xavi in the right-wing position there. We've seen Pedro score from a central attacking position. They're not pigeonholed in certain positions of the pitch. They get forward as quickly as possible, whoever can get there.
Messi to Iniesta. Villa can't get on the end of that.
Certainly Espanyol will feel that decisions have not gone their way. There's complaints about the first goal. Certainly a close call for the second one from Xavi.
We've had another look at it. We think it's probably a good decision. We'll have another closer look. Goal stands. On that there can be no debate. Espanyol will argue both goals. I think incorrectly myself on both counts.
Yeah, I think so, John. Just a cute little pass from Messi, wasn't it, to Xavi? Got behind Didac in the left-back position.
Here they go again. Flag is up this time against Eric Abidal.
Obligatory ironic cheers from the home supporters. That's the left-back on that occasion getting caught in an offside position. Guardiola. I think he's urging caution there to Busquets. He's been booked. Since the booking, he made a challenge where he just about got away with. He didn't make contact. I think Guardiola knows that it's important. He keeps 11 men on the pitch. This game isn't over by a long, long way. Sure, Barcelona have got control. We wouldn't want these teams to go down to 10 men. Give Espanyol half a chance. Abidal there, I think, was in an onside position. You see the different shades of green along the pitch. Sympathy vote there, I think, for Espanyol defence.
Messi's found Xavi. It's perfect again to Villa. Stopped by, good challenge by Luis Garcia. And then Villa was late. He just pulls it back for the free kick, nothing more.
I think he was dispossessed by Luis Garcia, and the natural instinct of any Barcelona player when they lose possession is to try and win it back as quickly as possible.
Osvaldo to Callejon. Callejon's in behind here. Great chance. What a save, Victor Valdez. Absolutely brilliant goalkeeper.
Exactly, and you can say Espanyol again, looking to create, looking to get the ball forward. He talks about Valdez not being the busiest of keepers in the Liga.
More defending to do. Terry was pretty high in there. His challenge on Verdú.
No doubt about the quality of Valdez. Really unlucky that effort.
This time they go to the back post where it was well attacked by Foley. No direction on the header.
Luis Garcia, an excellent pass. It's Callejon. Hits the target, gets good power behind the shot. An outstanding save for Victor Valdez. We'd love a goal before half-time, wouldn't they? It's been a real big test for Barcelona so far.
Baena bundles into the back of Messi and collects a yellow card.
Here again, I think they realise the importance of not allowing Messi to turn and run from any area of the pitch at the defence. Earlier, Baena and Javi Marquez have made tackle after tackle in the midfield area. I think it's a bad challenge.
Osvaldo, latest yellow card.
Busquets here. Osvaldo jumps in two-footed challenge. It's not the highest two-footed challenge you'll ever see, but certainly stamps down on Busquets with intent. Quite ironic when I said both of those players were possibly going to be the first two to be booked. Busquets picked up an earlier booking, and Osvaldo gets picked up a booking for quite a nasty little challenge there on Sergio Busquets.
Busquets, slipped there by Verdú, and an acceleration from Messi. For Villa. Abidal's working hard. He uses him as a decoy instead, and he finds Iniesta. And now Pedro. Dani Alves are threatening to overwhelm Espanyol here. Xavi. And a free kick this time.
Defended again. Jumping in towards Callejon. Yesterday, another challenge coming in from the Espanyol players. Putting pressure on the ball whenever possible.
The double-header tonight from La Liga. Our next live offering comes at 9 p.m. It's Sociedad versus Valencia. Still on Sky Sports HD 4 and 4. Make sure you stay with us for that one. Valencia, of course, trying to close in on Espanyol in fourth. Actually, for that matter, so is Sociedad.
Great first half, though. It's been real high-octane stuff. A lot of pressurising of the ball from Espanyol. At times showed quality. Created one or two chances. Very great tactics from Pochettino at Barcelona.
Here's Osvaldo, who's running at the heart of the Barcelona defence, and he's got away from Piqué, and he's found Verdú. Well, Verdú expected Osvaldo to make the run in there. Look at them playing their way out in their own 6-yard area, Barcelona. Talk about confidence. Eventually, Abidal says, end of that nonsense, and it's clear.
Unbelievable. It really was. I mean, 2 yards from his own goal line. Dani Alves playing the little 1-2. I'm sure Puyol would appreciate being involved in a move like that.
Well, no free kick. That one won't go down well, was it? It was Dani Alves really leaning into Luis Garcia.
I was going to say, John, Barcelona back to work really hard in this first half. 2 goals to the good. They have the quality to break down any defence in world football. Espanyol have given a right good game so far.
Offside against Luis Garcia. Just the law that is designed to incense home supporters in particular. The one about waiting until he plays the ball before you put your flag up. He was always offside.
So a couple of players offside. I think Osvaldo was running from deep that might have got onto the ball and got possession.
Lionel Messi couldn't pass it, so he just ran on with the ball, and again he's been fouled. The referee has been very, very quick to protect Messi. Heavy marker, the latest to pick up a yellow card. That's 4 Espanyol players now.
Essentially, it's both the central midfield players who've been responsible for so many challenges and tackles tonight. Not the first time we've seen Messi upended. Difficult for those 2 youngsters in midfield, Bayena and Javi Marquez, now both on yellow cards. No matter how tight the game is, Barcelona seem to create chances. It's been a fiercely competitive match. They've got the 2 goals. Messi probably should have scored as well. We're looking at a 3 or 4 goal line scoreline here for Barcelona, yet it's been a really tight, fiercely fought encounter so far.
Working the pressure they put on Iniesta, but of course the ever-available Xavi was there as an outlet. Now Messi, something heavy touch by Dani Alves, doesn't want to give it up easily though. Not as high as it usually is for Barcelona. If you're not a regular watcher of them, you might think 58's a lot, but we've seen mid-70s in games before, but they absolutely monopolised the ball. PK.
That's exactly the point I was making, John. It's been a real competitive match so far. But Barcelona have this ability, because of the team they are, because of the players that they have, still in tightly competitive matches, they create chances. 9 times out of 10 they finish those chances off. It's exactly been the pattern of the first half. Espanyol can't feel sorry for themselves. They have to pick themselves up. They have to keep going. They have to believe they can still try and get back in this game.
Gets there before it goes out of play. Chica's got a chance to stop him, and got some support from Callejon. The Barca have another free kick.
So David here running the channels then for Barcelona, going down the left flank. So pretty much a lost cause. And she ends up with his team getting a free kick in a threatening area of the pitch again. They'll have to watch the players that are outside the box. Of course, PK, Busquets and Puyol. Have to be careful of the players hovering around on the periphery of the free kick as well.
Messi and Xavi. Drilled in by Messi. Good header away by Didac. But it's a corner. Andres Iniesta. to Messi. Xavi. The three again combining. And then Messi accelerates away from Callejon. And he finds Pedro. He finds Piqué. Good skills by Piqué. And Villa has missed. That was a chance.
One or two smiles on the faces of the Barcelona players. We're really enjoying their football now. They're like spreading the play out to the right flank. This time it's Piqué playing in the right wing position. Villa under pressure. Good work, the goalkeeper Kameni. He'll be absolutely delighted with the scoreline. He'll be pleased with the performance of his team. I have to say, Pochettino can't have too much to complain about in terms of effort, the quality from his team either.
Here comes Villa. Is there time for another one? There could be. It's David Villa. Can they stop it? Eventually they do. Cracking challenge to Ruiz, who made it right at the end of the first half. Otherwise it would have been game over.
Pretty sure that would have wrapped it up. It was an outstanding challenge from Victor Ruiz. Didn't give it up when Villa looked almost certain to score.
It's half-time in the Catalan derby, and Barcelona are sitting very pretty here. David Villa going pretty close to making it 3 right at the death. It has been a simply superb performance by Pep Guardiola's side. Pedro got one, Xavi got one as well. Messi missed a sitter. Complaints from Espanyol. But Barcelona firmly a Barcelona side that has been rewriting records in the last few seasons. They were good under Rijkaard, and then they sort of reached the end of the line. The renewal under Pep Guardiola has been simply stunning. European champions season before last. Relatively light season for them, but they were still Spanish champions last year. Still scored easily in excess of 100 goals, and that's the way they're heading, of course, again. 25 and a half matches into the season. All competitions, 74 goals for Barcelona, and their famous blue and red. Espanyol, the home team, the other side from Barcelona, in blue and white. Pochettino playing for the pride of a divided city, he said. Guardiola was talking about being allowed to play football, not being kicked out of the game. Didn't try and kick them out of the game, they tried to hustle them out of the game, they tried to put pressure on them, but the quality from Barcelona was just too much in that first half. Misplaced pass by Messi there. A couple of changes each in the starting lineups. It's what we consider to be the strongest Barcelona team. Is that fair to say, Terry? Is this Barcelona team, if they were playing in the Champions League final tomorrow, what they would send out?
Very much so. I'm 100% certain this would be the strongest 11 available to Pep Guardiola. It's the team that beat Real Madrid 5-0. There's a slight doubt today whether he'd go with K2 in midfield to bolster things up instead of Pedro.
Here's Dani Alves. And slightly too early.
I have to say, John, that the first half was played in a good spirit. So Dani Alves trying his utmost there to pretend to be in an onside position. But it was competitive, but it was played in the right spirit. Of course, Espanyol feel hard done by. It's a hefty old challenge there. To move, taking out 2 Barcelona players.
Messi again down. He's been caught a few times, hasn't he, Messi?
Victor Ruiz there, right through the back of Messi. It's a poor challenge. And Messi takes out Pedro as well. Pochettino can't see why the decision was given when he was playing. Those decisions weren't given against him as a central defender.
Former Argentina international Mauricio Pochettino played against England in the World Cup 2002. Spent many years with Espanyol and then was promoted. Initially struggled, but then he's managed to turn them into a team that is very hard to score against as a rule. He's only conceded 2 goals at home all season before tonight. Different matter though against Barcelona. And Pedro's won the ball back again. And now he's he's found Messi. Messi with a change of direction and a pass to Xavi. Iniesta's available if he can go sideways. Never rushes though Xavi unless he wants to. And they go in behind again. Just too much curl on that away from David Villa.
I was wondering where Dani Alves was in that attack. It was down the right flank and he wasn't overlapping. He wasn't trying to get beyond the player in possession of the ball. I'm sure it's a temporary breather from Dani Alves. I'm sure Guardiola hasn't wanted him to show more restraint in terms of attacking play, seeing as his team are 2-0 up away from home. That isn't the style and philosophy of Barcelona.
Chica attacking, seeing very little of that. Espanyol right back. Osvaldo tries to find him again. Abidal is across. Got to deal with this though, Eric Abidal. Of course, there was a player in support. Iniesta, and it's offside against Pedro. No, there's no flag. Pedro is away, and Pedro is in, and Didac gets it away from Messi. And I thought he stopped for a second there, but the flag had stayed down.
Which is so elusive, the Barcelona attackers. They get away from their markers, they break the offside trap. Great little pass from Iniesta. And selfish play from Pedro. Trying to force it in towards Messi for an easy finish on goal. Deployed by a wonderful clearance from Espanyol.
They just regard corners as an opportunity to play on and retain possession. Xavi and Messi link again. Puyol. And then Pedro and Xavi at the sharp passing. Iniesta now goes for the crack and then he dives away. Wasn't the toughest save he's ever made. He got it behind.
Getting such quick play. It's ferocious around the edge of the 18-yard box. One touch, two touch. Puyol was involved in this occasion. Iniesta tries to curl it down towards Khomeini's left. Again on target from the Barcelona midfield player. Espanyol hanging on at the moment.
Xavi again, the target was Puyol. Brave as well as everything else, Messi. Overhit that pass though, to Iniesta.
Messi apologising there to Iniesta. It was a straightforward pass, that too much weight on it from Messi, but good effort there from Iniesta. Comfortable save from Khomeini.
Espanyol on the attack. Didac plays it very early though. Comfortably away by Piqué, but they've given it away, Javi Marquez. Now Luis Garcia.
The next goal by Fay will be decisive, and if it goes Barcelona's way, I'm sure they'll turn on the star if Espanyol can nick a goal back. Could be in for a fantastic second half. A proper match. Espanyol mustn't be dispirited by being 2 goals behind. They've played well. They have to keep believing. I'm sure that's what Pochettino was urging his players at half-time, that they have to believe they can still get back in this game.
They're a good team, Espanyol. They were lying 4th in the liga at kick-off, having won all 7 of their home games. Callejon. From challenge by Dani Alves, came back off Callejon as well.
Possibly a deflection now of Callejon, the clearance from Dani Alves.
Now Bedu just delayed the pass to wait. Make sure Osvaldo was onside again. Callejon. Dani Alves shows his pace. Referee doesn't see a foul there. There are better relations between the clubs at the moment. The traditional presidential lunch has been reinstated. It's fallen out of favour under the previous Barcelona regime. And ball given against Gerard Piqué here. The yellow card here for the Spain central defender.
Piqué's claiming it hit his chest. My first reaction was it was a handball. I think it's a fibber, Gerard Piqué. See Dani Alves, you said, showing good pace and good strength as well. Some referees might have judged that to have been a free kick to Espanyol.
Javi Marquez could swing this in left-footed. Luis Garcia, the skipper, candidate with the right. Barcelona not at their strongest from set pieces. It is Javi Marquez. That's Callejon. And Luis Garcia. And a throw for Espanyol. A little bit of pressure.
Well, they've got the big players up in the box. They have to deliver. You have to try and get a cross in now.
Busquets first to that. It's into an area for Pedro to chase, and that's enough to put a bit of pressure on. It was Didac who then gave it away. And that means that Barcelona can attack. See how quickly they get bodies forward. It's Messi, Xavi and Iniesta. And Busquets decides to go forward himself this time. There's no Dani Alves as an option. He ran into trouble there, Busquets. But they win it back again. Iniesta. And Villa. And Messi. He's got Alves available. And he's found Dani Alves, who was offside there.
That's a close call. Perhaps Messi just delayed the pass slightly. Perhaps Dani Alves was too eager to make that run forward. A good patient build up from Barcelona, but when they change pace, you said earlier, players pop up in all sorts of different positions.
Here's Callejon again, running in behind the Barcelona defence. We saw in the first half. We all got back to make the sliding block.
He's unlucky there. Callejon was a great first touch. Here we see Messi and Dani Alves. Yes, he's offside. Shouldn't have been.
Strange ball to play. And Luis Garcia just couldn't control it. It's not the first time he's done that, is he? Dani Alves. But look how quickly Barca have got the ball right at the other end of the pitch. Iniesta to Pedro. Pedro goes. Curls for the top corner. Well wide.
Great to make that point, John, that the pace they turn defence into attack. Yesterday, delivering the ball out wide to Pedro. Never really looked like troubling Kamani in the Espanyol goal there. Espanyol worked so hard. Just see the game opening up slightly now. For the first time in the match, spaces are appearing and Barcelona finding it easier to go from defence into attack.
Baena caught in possession. There's a lunge from Carlos Puyol. Osvaldo has found Callejon. Osvaldo again. Swarming around him, the Barcelona midfield players. There's a lunge there by Pedro. That's a free kick. It's in a shooting position as well.
I don't think there's been many more obvious free kicks than the infringement committed by Pedro there. Pressing, closing down. Javi Marquez tried to work himself past Pedro. This is where they have to deliver. Has to be quality on this set piece. Luis Garcia has that ability. Espanyol, great chance. They're probably their best chance. Getting back in this game will be attacking a set piece with determination and with real quality.
Luis Garcia dinked it in. It was Busquets. Was it Pedro actually got the last touch? Verdu trying to come in behind him. Now Vidal. Iniesta's the easy option. There's almost always an easy option for a Barcelona player, isn't there?
There's almost 3 or 4 easy options for a Barcelona player.
Here's onside. There was no easy option for him that time, to be fair. He tried to head down, run at the Espanyol defence, not for the first time, and then gives the free kick away as he tries to win it back.
Good defending from Chica. Approach from a Barcelona player when he's lost the ball is to try and win it back quickly. So I think David Villa, I think he's from the Paul Scholes school of tackling. Very keen, very enthusiastic. Certainly not always timed to perfection, but the enthusiasm to make those challenges when they lose the ball to Barcelona players is everything for all to see.
Pedro, a little bit of whapper there with the pass to Busquets. Forward by Victor Ruiz. Baena. There's Chica, who was caught dwelling on the ball. Can't do that against Barcelona. I think one thing that Arsenal will be fully aware of: when you play Barcelona, you have to be at 100%.
I think that's a must for any team that play Barcelona with and without the ball.
Here's Messi. Scintillating again from Messi. Good save. Pedro's there. And Pedro was forced in the third. It's another masterclass from Barcelona. And this time it's Espanyol being dispatched in the Catalan derby. Messi and Pedro combine again, and it's 3-0.
Well, I put these players up on a pedestal. There's millions of reasons why we do that. But the likes of Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, David Villa. But I think Pedro is coming through now. And he's proved his worth to this team. He is in the, as we said, the first choice starting 11. Another 2 goals for him tonight. Messi taking on the defence. He plays a little 1-2 with Pedro. Messi goes and has the shot. Pedro doesn't admire the finish from Messi. He makes sure he's following up, looking for the rebound from Kameni. Kameni obliges, pushes it down. Pedro's there in a flash. An acute angle. Kameni just gets a touch on the strike from Pedro. But this player, Pedro, just keeps getting better and better. Season by season, game by game. Guardiola must be extremely proud of the youngster, but he's had so much to do with his career development.
That's right, it was right at the start of Guardiola's career, wasn't it, that he called Pedro into the senior team. We'd known him so well from being the B-team coach, of course.
Well, he was such a big influence, wasn't he? He was an impact player. He scored goals in all those different competitions in one season. We always wondered whether he would ever be an out-and-out regular for the first choice 11. And he is a must now for Pep Guardiola. And if he wants his strongest team, Pedro is in that starting 11.
Change made by the home team. Jesus Datolo. Difficult task for him, isn't it? The Argentina player. They've given the ball away again. Iniesta for Pedro. He's on the hat-trick. Denied by Kameni.
You can hardly blame Espanyol if they do lose a little bit of spirit.
But could they grab one back? Good pace here from Osvaldo. Is there a finish? Yes, there is. Listen to the reaction of the Espanyol fans. Barcelona have finally conceded a goal.
Well, it's been such an open period of the game. Barcelona attacking Espanyol that time. Barcelona pressed hard the pitch, tried to defend the halfway line. But again, Osvaldo gets free. He's showing his prowess in front of goal this season and last season. Just beats the offside trap. Once he gets through, he's got the pace to get past Puyol. But it is a fantastic finish. Sensational strike across Valdez, right towards the far post. Brilliant strike from a top player.
And the Barcelona run has come to an end. They'd scored 31 goals since they'd last conceded. But Osvaldo has finally got one. Finally, Victor Valdez has to pick the ball out of the back of his net.
Yeah, the all to do, didn't he, with the finish? It was great pace to get away from Puyol. It was an acute angle. It's to get the accuracy of the shot right, the pace of the shot right. And that was a brilliant strike.
Interesting change here. It's Jordi Amat coming on to replace Chica. Have a look at that one and see if there's a slight tactical alteration there. Caught short for a little bit of pace there, Puyol, wasn't he? There's an area to exploit if you can get yourself in the game against them. Catolo's little back heel. It was Vedu trying to take it on and through. Look how wide open it is. Xavi to Pedro to Messi. Messi slows it down. And then he dances inside Baena, who is on a yellow card. Got to be very, very careful, Baena.
There's a full marks to the Espanyol players. They're 3-0. They could possibly have given up, expected to go the way of the likes of Real Madrid and Real Sociedad. Concede 5 goals. Osvaldo's given them a brief glimmer of hope. They're still fighting, making every challenge they possibly can in midfield.
Baena's just caught Sergio Busquets. Osvaldo is down. Busquets has stayed down.
It allows us all to get a breather, John. It's been a frantic second half. Great quality. Played it again at a really high tempo. It's been more open than the first half for sure. You see the foul on the Espanyol danger man, Osvaldo.
Iniesta, 3 defenders go towards him. Manages to contrive a free kick out of that. And Matt's just playing right back, isn't he? There was an injury there.
Jordi Amat, 18-year-old central striker, central defender. He's a really quick player, which might actually help the Espanyol defence.
Pedro came back from the offside position. Referee wants them to take the free kick from the right place. And they're looking to exploit that Barcelona defence, which isn't the quickest. Dani Alves is quick, PK is not bad, but certainly Puyol and perhaps Abidal can be got it that way. Here's Callejon. PK's been pulled wide again. Abidal away. Ruiz under pressure from Pedro. He's been caught by Pedro. And look at Pedro's acceleration again. Victor Ruiz is in trouble here. Well, he's very lucky, Victor Ruiz. He wasn't shown a yellow card when there was a real 50-50 challenge that he made earlier. That means that he stays on the pitch.
The 21-year-old just shows his naivety here, perhaps in defending. Look at the pace of Pedro. Ruiz was going to do exactly what he wanted to try and stop Pedro in his tracks. Picks up the yellow card, but they're being really stretched now, the Espanyol defenders. In their attempts to try and get the second goal to really close the gap. Relying on last-ditch defending from the youngsters. So Jordi Amat's a quick player, which might have been the reason why Pochettino has made that change. His back four getting really stretched.
Messi acting as rubbish collector. Xavi on the free kick. The 2 central defenders are forward. It's deflected and it's away by Victor Ruiz. He just wrapped the leg around PK. Verdu forward. 51st by Sergio Busquets. Well played again by Osvaldo. Offside given against Javi Marquez.
He thinks that he's onside, and he clearly is. Javi Marquez leaves this straight away, then perhaps the assistant referee can deem that Javi Marquez is not making an attempt to go towards the ball. And Verdi to make the one from deep.
Even if you get that right, though, it's so hard for the assistant referee, isn't it, to spot that many extra things going on, spot where Verdu was, to make sure that he wasn't offside. It's almost impossible to call, isn't it?
I certainly agree with you on that one, John. We are critical, aren't we? We have the benefit of replays, slow motions, lines across the pitch to make those decisions in the heat of the game instantly.
Dani Alves is in trouble here. Little reaction after losing the ball. Yellow card shown to the Brazilian.
They're still having to play at 100% Barcelona, aren't they? Dani Alves. I think there might be an infringement for Dani Alves there, but I can't see too much there that warrants the yellow card from the referee. Barcelona is still aware this game isn't finished, it isn't wrapped up at 3-0. It was done and dusted, but conceding that goal from Osvaldo so quickly after scoring the third means there's still plenty of work for Barcelona to do.
There are no league games next weekend in Spain. They had just a warm week, winter break. There is a round of Copa del Rey in the week, so we've got games Tuesday, Wednesday. Barcelona have got a game against Athletic Bilbao. This is Callejon. It's not Callejon. Good reach by Dani Alves. Here's Verdu. Here's Iniesta to break. And Pedro. No one ahead of Pedro. There was Messi sideways. Pedro stopped to complain that he was fouled. He'd been better on playing on, I think. But once it left them a little bit short in attack. And the pacey Callejon has caused one or two problems for them this evening. He's giving Dani Alves plenty to think about here. And that's a good ball towards the back post. It was the looping header by Osvaldo.
That's the obvious danger player for Espanyol. Callejon does really well again. He knows he has to supply across towards Osvaldo at the far post. Arms above Abidal. Can't get the power, can't get the downward trajectory on the header from Osvaldo. But they're still having a go, Espanyol, aren't they? They still believe they can get the next goal. And we can have a grandstand finish.
Xavi's been caught in possession, the flag is down. Osvaldo is through and away again, and Victor Valdez this time makes a relatively comfortable save.
Yeah, and it's far too comfortable, John. Osvaldo tried to work it on his right foot, didn't he? I think he was going to try and chip Victor Valdez. Tried to curl it round him without the pace. No real conviction on the finish from Osvaldo there. But it was a chance, you're right. Xavi dispossessed in midfield, gave the ball away. Guardiola urging his team to continue to stay focused for the full 90 minutes.
Well, there's a leg challenge. Barcelona play on. Didac surely caught Pedro. Referee lets the game go on. Barcelona under the cosh a little bit. Of course, with them there is the ever-present threat of a breakaway goal. But they're being made to work hard as Osvaldo again tries to bustle his way through the middle. That was Baena, the player furthest forward. The grateful of their Christmas break. Barcelona. I wonder how many of the top players they'll play in the Copa game.
They made that mistake last year. I think they were a weakened team. I think it was at Sevilla. Lost the first leg, couldn't make up ground in the second leg and went out. And that was a big disappointment to Guardiola.
Pedro has found Messi. And Messi has found Iniesta. Left the ball behind him. He knew where Abidal was. Didn't get the ball across though, Eric Abidal.
We like Dani Alves, aren't we? Pushing forward from right back. Abidal a bit more selective on his runs forward. He created a chance there again. We were trying to cut the ball across the 6-yard box.
Looking for a 10th straight win, Barcelona. Finally conceded a goal after 6 straight clean sheets. Conceded 2 since they lost to Hercules back in September. Piqué has managed to get it through to Xavi. Piqué again. David Villa. Trying to reassert themselves on this game. Busquets, it's deflected, it's Piqué! And it's a miss. Not the first time in the game that Barcelona have missed badly.
It's not the first time Piqué's found himself in that position. Slightly wide on the right side of attack.
Brilliantly done by Callejon. Amat. Puyol with the interception. He gave Busquets a bit of a dodgy pass there. Got away with it. Xavi to Messi. And Messi has worked it through to Villa. Villa can wrap it up. It's David Villa. It's all over now, surely. Once again, the finish is just perfect. And once again, Barcelona are showing us just how superb a team they are.
The service has been resumed, and it was like the last 5 or 10 minutes been like the 12th round in a heavyweight boxing fight, with both teams going for the killer blow, going for that final knockout punch. But Messi, again, given time and space, was quite easily able to find the pass. The movement of David Villa. And you see Messi, the highlight defensive line from Espanyol. Villa, one-on-one against Kameni. There's only ever going to be one outcome. And as you'd expect from a striker with the quality of David Villa, it makes finishing off that chance look extremely easy.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff from Barcelona. Got a feel for Espanyol because they've given them a game, but they've now conceded 4. No shame in conceding goals against Barcelona, of course. Real Madrid conceded 5. Sociedad did last week. Sevilla, Panathinaikos all conceded 5. Almeria conceded 8. Because they didn't really put up a fight. Certainly not something you could level with the other team from the city of Barcelona.
That's Butler up against the back four that's so young.
There's Messi again. He's into the penalty area. Hasn't scored in this game yet, Messi. Good block by Forley.
Forlan, the oldest member of the back four at 22 years of age, with Ruiz, Victor Ruiz, 21, Didek, 21, Jordi Amat, 18 years of age. Well, it was such an open game in Espanyol with committed players forward as much as possible. It was leaving the back four slightly exposed. So that last goal was far too easy for Barcelona.
Javier Mascherano's ready to come on for Barcelona. Sometimes with the way they play, though, a sub can stand there for seemingly endless amounts of time because they never put the ball out of play.
40 passes.
Dani Alves. Messi and Alves again, the Argentine and the Brazilian in this largely Catalan team. And there's Pedro. Messi full-blooded in the challenge. So they will get the chance to make the change. He was given for offside. Busquets has had a bit of a war in there tonight. They give him a little bit of a break at the end. And it's the World Cup captain from Argentina, former Liverpool man, of course, Mascherano, desperate to get his move to Barcelona. Got his move, didn't get too many games though, does he?
Well, certainly he's going to have to bide his time, be patient. Good player to have in your squad. Busquets been excellent again tonight.
Here's Osvaldo, and again Osvaldo. And now Callejon. Ref says play on. That's good skills from Callejon. What a tackle by Puyol.
Busquets being in a war, he would come up against Baena and Javi Marquez and many other occasions during their rise to this level of first-team football, you know, with the B team, with the younger age groups as well. All three of those midfield players coming through the ranks. Same with Busquets, I think Guardiola erring on the side of caution, didn't want him to pick up another yellow card.
Here's Messi again, scintillating from Leo Messi. Absolutely magnificent, and they've worked it all the way through to Abidal. Really didn't make up his mind there, Eric Abidal.
No, it was a sloppy pass in the end from Abidal. He was bothered to run 80 yards to get on the end of that attack. He should have took more care with the final pass.
Here's a good run by Dotolo. There's a little hint of petulance there from Dotolo. Another change been made there, and it's another defensive change, isn't it? David Garcia, the more experienced left back, coming on. Changes the balance in that the age mix of the defenders you were talking about a moment ago. Here's Abidal.
29 years of age, he should have some know-how and experience to pass on to the younger fellow members of the back four unit. They put up a fight, they wouldn't want to be embarrassed. There's the possibility of Barcelona still, you think, creating 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 chances in the remaining time. So they have to defend properly, don't concede any more goals.
Offside this time. Villa is checked back. Would you agree with me, Terry, that the arrival of David Villa has in a way reinvigorated? I know he's not a central player to them, but given that you had Ibrahimovic in that role last season, he's more of the Barcelona style of player, isn't he?
Yep, all three attacking players, Pedro, Villa, Messi, can play in all three attacking positions. And I think that was the case last season with Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He wanted to be in the middle. But all the three of them now, they're so fluent, they're so elusive, they chop and change positions. And I have to say, it must be an absolute nightmare to mark those players. If you're a defender, you're never sure who's going to be in the centre-forward position, who's out on the right, who's out on the left. And you've got like Dani Alves and Xavi and Iniesta pushing forward as well. It is a really tough task, chasing shadows most of the time.
They spent 40 million on Villa, which was nothing compared to what they paid for Ibrahimovic the season before. It's a very bold move to go and correct the mistake, as they saw it having made by signing Ibrahimovic when they could have had Villa a year earlier, of course. Expensive mistake, but as I say, it's one that they've been bold enough to go in and change.
David Villa is more similar to Samuel Eto'o, isn't it? I think there was a time thinking at the time that they might want to change an alternative option in attack with the smaller players, perhaps the big centre forward in the middle as a reference point of attack. this is more back to the Samueto with David Villa, where they're elusive, they're mobile, they're quick. I'm certainly thinking, well, what can we say about Barcelona this season? It's been absolutely brilliant.
Here's Verdú. You look at the Espanyol team and you wouldn't say that any players in particular have had a bad game, have you? They've given their all, they've produced moments of quality.
I think there's a shrug of the shoulders and a look of resignation from Pochettino on the bench.
Oh, here they come again. It's Villa running clear once more. And Villa scored again. A double for him. And yet again, Barcelona have hit 5. And Espanyol just can't believe it.
I was just going to make the point, Pochettino was shrugging his shoulders, talking to his coaching staff, as if to say, we couldn't have done any more. He should be proud of his team's effort. They had a right good go at Barcelona tonight. But guess what? Barcelona have scored 5 again. I'm talking about the 8 against Almeria, the 5 against Real Madrid, 5 against Real Sociedad, 5 in a local derby away to Espanyol, when this has been a really, really competitive football match. David Villa, second goal for him. Getting Xavi, how can you foul if you're a striker? You're getting supply passes from Xavi, Iniesta, Dani Alves, Messi. David Villa, when he's presented with a chance like this, slight deflection off Kameni, but the end result, exactly what David Villa and Barcelona want, the 5th goal for Barcelona.
Well, how do you stop them? Remember, this was the Catalan derby against a team with a good record against them. Espanyol, with a perfect home record, 7 wins from 7 before tonight. We saw them go into the Clásico against a Real Madrid team that was in form and winning games and scoring goals, and they put 5 past them. Now it's Iniesta who gets just a 5-minute breather at the end, and another show of quality and a real show of appreciation here from the Espanyol fans, going back to the Harkane tribute, of course, that he played to the Espanyol man at the World Cup. Generous applause.
I think it's exactly why Guardiola's made that change. As you mentioned earlier, that the atmosphere between the two clubs is better than it has been for some while. I think the manager's taking a huge amount of credit for that. Again, another fantastic performance from Andres Iniesta. But this hasn't been a 5-1. It's, you know, Barcelona. It could be more.
Might be a 6-1.
We haven't finished yet. But it's been a competitive match. It's just they have that wonderful quality that they always create chances, whoever they're playing against, and they have the players to finish them off. And it's been tough on Espanyol tonight.
They've worked another great situation there. Abidal kept that in just. He's got a ball into the penalty area on the end of it. Never seemed to have control of the ball there, Eric Abidal, did he? Dani Alves. More of a defender's defender, of course, Abidal than Alves. Here's Messi. Rather like the Clásico. One blot on Messi's record is that his name is not yet on the team sheet. 2 for Pedro, 1 for Xavi, 2 for Villa. Only matters in terms of his personal duel with Cristiano Ronaldo, who was in action in the late game Sunday night. Tough game against Sevilla.
Pretty rubbish tonight, Messi, hasn't he? Tongue stuck firmly in the cheek. He's been involved in 3 or 4 of the goals. Yes, it hasn't been the best game he's ever played, and it won't bother him in the slightest that he's not been on the score sheet. He's not the type of player he is. He's a player without ego.
Pedro won't after his 2 goals. Yet another young home-produced player comes on though, Bojan, just for a couple of minutes. Still managed to score 4 goals in his cameo appearances so far in the season, Bojan. Spanish international, remember.
Goal scoring of Barcelona is just absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? Put teams to the sword on a regular basis.
They have at last conceded a goal this evening, though. Callejon. Osvaldo was the scorer. Free kick for the foul by Callejon. It's now to 77 for the season, and this is their 26th game.
As a player and as a coach, sometimes you can accept defeat by better players and a better team if you've given your all and done as much as you possibly can. Espanyol done exactly tonight. I don't want to be patronising, but they really did give Barcelona for an hour. Really good game.
Xavi chose the wrong pass. Don't see that too many times. Seydou Keita, first touch. It comes to nothing. Foul previously committed. Verdu. Credit to the home supporters as well. You've given an absolute all this evening.
I think they recognise the effort their players have put in. Right beside who stuck with them right through to the end of the game.
Bojan tries to get in on the act right at the very end. Kameni makes a reasonably comfortable save. With a touch to Abidal.
We just hope this doesn't dent the confidence of Espanyol too much. Atletico Madrid away in the cup in midweek and start again with Valencia after the break away from home. They've had a really good season so far. Must do their utmost to get back on a winning streak. Be good and stronger here at the Cornellà Prat.
Dani Alves with the cross. David Villa's on a hat-trick, but he decides to pass to Bojan, who is denied. With a bit of juggling by Kameni, who did really well to keep it down to just the 5.
I think Bojan had a half chance there to shoot before the ball hit the ground. He let the ball bounce forward 2 miles, tried to hook it back in.
And the Espanyol-Barcelona derby is all over. Once again, Barcelona have overwhelmed their opposition. 5 more. They look unstoppable. It's Espanyol 1, Barcelona 5.